Hi everyone! Extreme sports are risky, so it's no surprise that these sports are usually associated with increased injury or even life-threatening risks. Worth to note that extreme sports have been actively developing and improving in recent years, and some of such sports which seemed extreme 20 years ago are now perceived as ordinary sports. So today, the most dangerous and extreme sports. Let's start. Base jumping. This is sport for real extreme lovers, those who are not afraid to tickle their nerves. The mass media played an important role in its popularization, thanks to media coverage and of course the scariest videos of such flights on YouTube. In just a few years, base jumping has turned from an alternative to parachuting into an independent discipline. By definition, base jumping includes jumping from fixed, stationary high-altitude objects. First of all, these are skyscrapers, antennas, bridges, and natural relief, steep cliffs and mountain peaks. Base jumpers wear a parachute and special wingsuit. Athletes not only descend from imposing heights in their fancy costumes, but also perform the most difficult tricks. Highline. Highline is one of the types of slackline, walking and performing tricks on a stretched line several centimeters wide. The specificity lies in the fact that in the highline the sling is stretched high above the ground, and the athlete walks the distance literally over the abyss. The record height that the tightrope walkers conquered is 5,222 meters above the earth. The record was set in 2013 by Lucas Irnla in the Andes. The use of insurance in the highline is mandatory. Streetlagging. Streetlagging is downhill on a long skateboard in a prone position. For a long time, this sport was illegal. Official competitions were held in the United States from 1975 to 1978 and were closed due to the high injuries, both among racers and spectators. However, this did not stop the fans of unbreakable skate racing. The raiders began to organize underground competition and descents along the highways. By the beginning of the 90s, streetwear competitions were again officially held, but already with the presentation of serious requirements for tracks, sports and protective equipment. Streetlagging remains deadly entertainment. An accelerated skateboard is almost impossible to force to slow down quickly. Surfing in big waves. One of the types of surfing in which experienced surfers row or tow waves at least 6.2 meters high on special surfboards. Surfers always play with death, because each of them rides big waves, but each has its own big wave. Therefore, if you try to conquer a huge wave the size of a 5-story building, death becomes a very real threat. Many consider shark attack to be the main cause of death for a surfer. However, if you look at the statistics of death, the main threats to a surfer are another. These are risk of drowning, a bottom that appears concrete if touched, sharp as a knife-edge corals, pitfalls that practically do not leave a chance to a person. Bull rodeo. Rodeo is a traditional and spectacular sport in which the rider jumps on the back of the bull and tries to stay on it for as long as possible. At the same time, the animal also tries hard to throw off the rider. This entertainment is popular with the true macho, who adore testosterone and boast of insensitivity to pain. And there is a lot of it. This sport is fraught with falls, which can lead to severe injuries, bruises, fractures and contusions. In addition, a bull, which weighs several hundred kilograms and is not flexible, can kick the rider or pry him with horns. But for some cowboys and onlookers, there is true art behind all the pain and fear. Heli-skiing, the downhill skiing with helicopters. Helicopter in the mountains can be useful not only in rescue operations. Jumping out of an aircraft hovering over a snowy slope, enthusiasts of this extreme entertainment concur the most inaccessible tracks, skiing down them. Often, helicopters that take skiers up the mountains are booked for a year in advance. Fans of adrenaline jump onto the virgin snow, which has not been touched by a human foot or a ski. The danger of avalanches, changes in weather, the difficulty of descent or the actual jump from the helicopter are just ignored. Parkour. Parkour is the art of movement in space, using one's own body only. When the surrounding objects, benches, curbs, trees, stairs, are perceived not as obstacles, but as obstacles that must be avoided or overcome. It is based on the desire to circumvent restrictions, disobeying them. Parkour is considered an extreme sport. It is quite dangerous, especially for the beginners. It often leads to fractures and serious injuries, but many parkourists believe that everything depends on the quality of the preliminary preparation. In addition, some of them use special protection. Wingsuit flying. All you need is a suit and skills, nothing else. You need to climb as high as possible, then jump down and try to float in the air. Wingsuit is a type of parachuting sport. More precisely, this is a continuation of skydiving. An athlete climbs on an airplane to an altitude of up to 4,000 meters and makes a jump. In the air, it unfolds its wings and begins to slide through the air. The speed that fans of wingsuit can develop reaches 180 km per hour. Moreover, with proper control and certain experience, the horizontal speed will be much greater than the falling speed. Thank you for watching. Leave your likes and comments under the video. Your opinion is very important for me.